Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yinka. You can call me YK. You can call me absolutely nothing at all. As you can tell by today's title, we're doing another video essay, which, as we all know, in this segment we call it "In This Essay I Will ... Insert cartoon, insert title card, insert hosted by me, Yinka. Hello, hi. And today's topic, also, these beautiful flowers are courtesy of my boyfriend, and I just had to have them featured because nothing says spring has sprung and love is in motion than beautifully curated "I was just thinking about you" bouquet of your favorite flowers. Because if he wanted to, he would, and he did. He sure did. Okay, anyway, he's a good man, Savannah. I digress. Chronically Online. Today's title is dun 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 dun. Let's roll the tape. Well, there is no tape to run, but we'll roll a tape. Okay, we're rolling the tape. Breaking news, this just in. Are your Birkin bags made in China? Are they made in France? Do you know the difference? Find out more at hour 11. Okay, so enough of that. But that's today's topic. Are your Birkin bags made in China? If they are, would you know the difference? You would not know the difference, actually. But anyway, I want to take us back to a couple of weeks ago. I want to say weeks, at the very most a month ago, where really big influencers were selling their Birkins for one reason or another. I know one of them that I came across where she was selling her Birkins. One of the main reasons she gave was it just she found herself turning the bag around, so people don't know what bag it is. She just didn't feel safe carrying the bag all the time. It just felt like this thing that she had to be ashamed of, but something that she just had to put more mental effort. And it's just a bag. It's a everyday bag. But essentially it was just it was getting too much, and so she was not selling. She didn't sell all of her Birkins. She just sold a good number of them, and she still kept a couple of them. And I think that's a good place to start as far as people who own Birkins and this new trend, because she wasn't the only one. A good number of other big influencers started also selling their Birkins. Obviously everyone has their own reasons, but I really wanted to focus on this one influencer, and mind you, she's massive. And the reason being, she just didn't feel safe with this really expensive bag that everyone, if you know what a Hermes Birkin looks like, you can clock it a mile away, right? And she just didn't feel safe.
But I saw my friend Lydia. Shout out to Lydia. She's that girl, and she's selling a lot of her Hermes bag collection. And I, for one, feel like I definitely have been a perpetrator of purchasing bags and purchasing things and showing and doing lifestyle. Listen, I'm sitting in a very expensive car right now. The competition to show your value in the things that you have, and I think that is a never-ending cycle of how much more can you have, how much more can you buy, what can you get next, blah blah blah. I, for one, realize that I've been a perpetrator of that, as well as a victim of it, was feeling that if people don't see what you have, they don't believe that you're doing well.
People buy Birkins for the status. It's a status symbol. No matter how we like to slice and dice it, oh my god, it's just a really cute bag. I really just like it. It comes in palladium hardware and Togo leather. Babe, you did not know what Togo leather was 2 seconds ago. Okay. And now all of a sudden you're lambskin, the interior is lambskin, and it's palladium hardware, it's gold plated hardware, and it's Togo leather. You did not know what Togo leather was. Okay, let's be serious. But yeah, it's a status symbol, and the reason why people play the Hermes game or the Birkin game, however they say it, is because they want to feel they've made it, they have the money, or they want to show that they have the money. They want to show that they have this wealth, that they can attain this thing. And if, for those who don't know, let's catch you up to speed. The Hermes game is trying to essentially get your SA, the sales associate, to offer you a Birkin, because you can't just excuse me, You can't just go into a store and be like, hi guys, so like I just got paid a tax refund. Yes, queen, I just got paid, so like can I get like a Togo leather, palladium hardware, and yeah, can I just like get that please, like, you know, in like a neutral color, you know, like, right, or like a Kelly or a Constance, like, you know, like mainly like a Birkin. Like, can I just like my tax returns just like hit and like I feel like I should get a Birkin? Like, no, you can't just do that the same way like you can go into like any other high luxury store and just be like, oh, can I get, for example, if you go to a Bottega store, hi, I'm looking for the Andiamo clutch, do you guys have that? And they, honestly, it's the hottest thing out there, so they probably don't have it in store. You just have to order it online because it sells out like hotcakes, as it should, because I love that bag. But you can't just go into an Hermes store and say, that, can I get a Birkin? They will look at you like you're crazy. Now, obviously, if you're someone who has done that and you actually walked out of the store with an Hermes Birkin, please tell me. I mean, I am not interested in one, but just tell me down below in the comment section because you're lucky. No, usually how it goes is you have to go in store, I don't know, America, outside America, as long as you have a profile girl, you transcend the Atlantic Ocean, okay? So you go in store, you buy a scarf, you buy a top, you buy ready-to-wear outfits, you buy homeware, like, honestly, any category. And the whole point is that you've built a relationship with your sales associate over a period of time. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 10, girl, I don't know. You just have to build that relationship and also like just show them that like, oh no, she's a paying customer, she comes in every so often, she buys like top quality items, may or may not be expensive items, like, you know. And again, the game is different from everyone. Like, you can just walk into the store to buy a pair of Oran sandals and they might offer you a bag. It's just all luck. But they use this, it's like a marketing ploy, I think. They use this as a marketing ploy to kind of get the, what's that thing called? Like, demand versus, like, just to get the demand high, essentially, for people to like be fiending over this item and wanting it and coveting it and knowing that they can't get it, or like they have to go through extreme sport, Olympic sports to get a bag, or to get even offered a bag. And then the funny thing about that is when you get offered a bag, people then tend to feel pressured because you can get offered a bag and it's not the bag you want, right? They might offer you something that's not in a neutral color, but they're offering you something like, I don't know, in a green color, for example, right? But it's, you know, palladium hardware, it's Togo leather, but it's just not even your vibe color-wise, but you feel pressured to buy that bag because you don't know, A, if they'll ever offer you one again. And I think that's also, again, part of the market employee, because I have heard people say, like, I got offered a bag. This is people that I know, by the way, IRL. I know someone who actually, I think they were in store. They didn't play the whole Hermes game. Like, I think all they had from Hermes was just maybe perfumes and the Oran sandals, a couple of Oran sandals, like white, black, and like a brown. Nothing, literally not like a long history. And they got offered a Birkin. And I think the Birkin was like 12,000 to like 15,000, which we'll talk about in like 2 seconds. Between 12 and 15,000. But they felt like they had to buy the bag in store right then and there because they were afraid that if they said no, they would never get offered a bag again. Now, I don't know, for my Birkin havers and people who said no, were you ever offered one at a later point in time? Let us know. I'm curious to know. But I think, again, it's all a market employee to make the demand high and to make people want something that they cannot get. And then when they do get it, it becomes like a status symbol of like, yeah, I'm better than you. I got a Birkin bag. Now, from someone who knows someone who actually got the Birkin bag in store, it's way better to get it in store than resellers, because resellers upcharge. They do. They just do. So take that and do with that as you will. All right, so that's the one part of it where people who have it are selling it. And then there was this other part where I think after the whole tariff situation, the whole tariffs of it all. A bunch of like TikTok live shops and stuff started popping up talking about how literally the bags are made in China. And I remember watching through this video where this guy was explaining like everything from the leather to the hardware, and it's not as expensive as like to make in China as they make it in their factories as what is end up being charged. So like let's say final price is $12,000, it does not take them $10,000 to even make the bag. So it's, I think if I'm not mistaken, the math was like somewhere around like a little bit over 1,100 to make the bag. And they were like, oh yeah, just buy your Birkins from us here in China, which honestly I can't even fault. But then I think that then started another discourse on TikTok where people who, oh my god, what's in my stomach? That's embarrassing. I haven't eaten, I'm sorry guys. But anyway, I digress. Sorry. Wow, that was really embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. Oh my god. You know what's funny about that? I'm over here talking about a $15,000 bag and I'm oh my god, and I'm starving. The jokes write themselves. The jokes write themselves. You can't write this. Sorry guys, you're not supposed to curse on here. Anyway, oh my god, can you stop? You're embarrassing me. You're like this is not funny. Like, you're embarrassing. Stop it. Be professional. Be professional. Oh my god, I'm just gonna take like my mic all the way. I'm sorry guys, Mr. Teddy is like our guest of honor as per usual. I'm just gonna like take my mic far away from my stomach as much as possible. God, I'm so sorry. I'm more professional than this. Oh my god, talking about a $15,000 bag and you can't eat. Which again, let's talk about it, because how many people do you know, or probably I'm sure they're out there who like spent $15,000 in a bag, couldn't eat for months, but at least they had the Birkin. Okay, clock it, clock that tea, babes. Doesn't make sense if you're draining your savings and you can't eat. What are you doing? A Birkin won't feed you. It will feed your ego, and it will feed your need to be seen and talked about and liked, maybe, and someone to be jealous of you, but it will not feed your stomach. She's growling. We can hear her. Okay. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, yeah. The whole TikTok shops from China were going viral, and then people who actually have Birkins were coming on and been like, oh my god, there's no possible way. Like, which is funny. I saw someone go, like a really big influencer. She was like, guys, like, this is all fake. Like, this is not real. Obviously, they're all made in France. I've been to their store. I've been to the place where they make them. I've seen the things. I've seen the craftsmen making them right in front of me. Like, they are all made in France. Like, this is obviously just a lie. And she was like, don't believe all you see on the internet. Like, don't believe what you see on the internet. And then someone in the comments was like, it's funny she's telling us not to believe what we see on the internet, but she's on the internet telling us she's on the internet telling us that they're made in France. So should we believe her? Probably not. But I think the whole community of people who own Birkins are like pissed off because the mere thought, just to conceive of the thought that perhaps their bags are not being made in France, they're being made in China. Now, it could possibly be that they're made in China and then they are like done like finishing touches in France. Like, I can buy that. Like, oh, okay, we do like the main stuff over here, and then we do the polishing and like making it ready for packaging, and we send it out there, and like that, I think that makes sense. Most everything is made in China. Like, hello guys, wake up. But no one wants to like conceive of that. I mean, also, like, you could also just get, as a New Yorker, you can probably buy like a fake Birkin on Canal Street and call it a day. But no one wants to buy a fake Birkin because it's a status symbol. And I think the discourse around it will make sense if the topic was, oh no, I like the Birkin because of the way it looks, because of what it holds, because of this, because of that. Because if you tell someone like, okay, if you like the Birkin because, you know, you like the way it look, that's like one thing. It's like, okay, girl, take that as you want to take it. But 9 times out of 10, it's the name you're paying for. And that's the truth of it, right? As much as I love like Saint Laurent, it's the name that you're paying for. 100%. It's the name you're paying for. It's the status. It's the, I don't know. I don't know what to describe it as, but it's the name, it's the status. And I think if we all just admit that that is what and why we buy certain things, I feel like we would just all be like on the same page. But no one wants to admit that the only reason they buy Birkins is because they want people to know that they have money and can afford an over $10,000 bag. Which honestly, if you can afford it, I love that for you. I just, as we can tell, I'm very hungry, so there's no way that I would be buying a $10,000 bag as of today, as of this very moment, because my stomach is going to snitch and tell the whole world that she broke. She real broke, y'all. She ain't got no money. She ain't got no money. Girl, that's a student loan. That's a down payment on a house. But I think, again, we don't pocket watch on this channel, and neither should you out there, okay? We just like to yap. This is a yap stash. As you can tell, I have no Birkin, because if I did, actually, you know what? I don't have a Birkin. I just know people who do. But I think for me, it's just like, if I was to get a bag in that like structure, not even in that structure, if I was to say like, oh, I really want a bag that's kind of like in the everyday bag category, it's a handbag, this, that, and the third, it would be the Bottega Andiamo. It just makes sense to me. I'm a fan of the brand. I'm a fan of like the way their bags look, purely because like just purely that. Now, honestly, if I found the Andiamo like in a large but as a dupe, I would be buying that, very much so. But I don't think the Hermes game is the game that I'm trying to play. I wonder if you guys, I'm just curious about your thoughts, by the way. This is not to shame anyone who has played the Hermes game. Please, I hope that this is not, this channel, we don't shame people, okay? We just talk. We are yappers. We have conversations, okay? Conversations goes both ways, right, Mr. Teddy? Right. See, he said right. But no, I really am interested to know, like, for those people who have played the Hermes game and do have Birkins, why do you have them? What does it mean to you to have a Birkin, and would you sell them? What are your thoughts on if possibly that your bags are being made in China? Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know, and I cannot tell you. But I wonder what your thoughts are. And honestly, if you don't have a Birkin, but you just want to yap down below, girl, yap on, yap away. I love a yapper. And yeah, I don't think that Hermes, or honestly any brand, would ever come out and be like, oops guys, I'm so sorry, our bags are actually made in China. We just because we do most of like our importing from France, we've just decided to say it was made in France, but really it's made in China. Babes, that's not how it works. They're not going to do that. It's called, babe, are we okay? They're not going to do that. So I think it's us, the consumers, who didn't have to like really like do our own research and decide whether or not, like, honestly, I don't care if it's made in China. I respect the brand, I want the bag, and I'm gonna get the bag, which that's perfectly fine. And then there is the people on the other side who will be like, honestly, I don't rate that. You've been lying to these lot for all this time. I don't rate it. So you know what, either just go to a completely different brand to get like an everyday bag, if you will, or maybe they just buy the bags directly from China and spend way less, a lot less, over $10,000 less on the bag. Which honestly, I think whatever side you fall on over the fence, it just has to make sense for your personal life. It has to make sense for your bank account, of course, but also it just has to make sense. And yeah, I love talking about Birkins, and I don't have a Birkin. I think it's hilarious. But I welcome the discussion down below in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I think it's fun. I think these Yap sessions are very fun for me. They really are, right, Mr. Flowers? Well, it's really fun. Exactly, the flowers agree. As always, stay loose, and remember, social media is not real. Alright, my loves, I'll see you guys in the next video. I promise I will not be wearing red, anything red, I promise. Then, bye guys, I hope you stay loose, be safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.